can see. I don't know, over the stove is dark. You see that? What a big difference. Because we are getting a lot of rain. So it is pouring. All right, so I'm going to play this for you guys to see. All right. Don't overcook your callaloo. You notice how green that is? You're killing the nutrients and all of that, man. This is it, guys. Very nutritious. This is our saltfish and callaloo. And if you are on the healthy side, you can pair it with your rice and peas. How lovely is that? Hey guys, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back to Miss Polly's Kitchen, Donga Yard, Donga Jamaica, yeah? And this is the kitchen that you can get your authentic Jamaican meal, your real Jamaican meal from. In today's video, I want to show you how to prepare callaloo and saltfish, right? And this is an authentic Jamaican dish. It is authentic and it is widely used all over the diaspora. People love healthy dish and they search for healthy dish, and I try to give you a little healthy dish sometimes. So this one is no different. So in today's dish I will tell you the health benefit of callaloo and also the saltfish. But what I want you to take into consideration is if you are diabetic, you need to have this in moderation. So first thing, I'm going to introduce you to my ingredients, which is garlic clove, scotch bonnet pepper, onion, and tomato, and scallion. This is our saltfish over here. So what I am doing, I am soaking off the saltfish to remove the excessive salt. Then I am going to boil it. I am using salt. Maybe I use salt, maybe not. It depends on when I finish boiling the saltfish, soaking and boiling the saltfish. I'm also using some black pepper and I'm using some natural coconut oil that was provided by Miss Polly's. Yeah, so let's walk right into this dish now, guys. All right, first thing we want to do is to set on our saltfish and allow it to boil. So we are going right over it. After we soak it, we are going to boil it for 10 to 15 minutes. Let's go over the stove. So we want to cover, and then you're going to half cover, because if you have it cover like that, it is surely going to boil over. You don't want that to mess up your stove. So that is it for the saltfish. We're going over to the callaloo. Let's go. So this is some fresh callaloo, and this would consider out of Jamaica a bungla callaloo. And it is not expensive. This is for $300, or you will get it for $200. It depends on where you buy it. I know you guys have the canned callaloo over there, so if you are using the canned callaloo, you want to drain the water off it before you use it to do your saltfish and callaloo. So this is fresh, and what I'm going to do, you can run on over to the channel and watch the video where I show you how to steam your callaloo alone, how to get your callaloo nice and soft. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to strip the callaloo before I wash it. So you want to cut the edge, the head of the callaloo there, and you want to strip this thing off it. Persons complain about the callaloo tough. This is the reason why it is tough. You are not stripping your callaloo properly. You need to strip your callaloo properly. If you don't do that, you are going to end up with your callaloo tough. And not only the head, you come down here and you make a little cut, not a big one, or you're zooming in on that for them to see. You just do a little slice of the callaloo here, and you want to strip, because what this thing and the callaloo do, it allow the callaloo, when you cook it, it's tough. So if you strip off all of this of the callaloo, you are good. You ain't gonna get a tough callaloo, you're gonna get a nice soft callaloo. And remember the seed of the callaloo, as soon as you finish strip it, you want to remove the seed. Right, you can just throw this away and it will grow, so you will have back some callaloo of your own, so you don't have to go and buy anymore at the next time when you are doing callaloo dish. All right, so we're going to strip all of this callaloo that you are seeing here, and then we are going to wash it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just take you back to the video when I am ready to wash it. For now, I will be stripping the callaloo, and it's a lot. So we are at our last now, guys. And remember, stripping your callaloo is very important for you to have a wonderful dish. And we know that callaloo, whether the raw one or the cooked one, you should not eat it. You should avoid from eating it. Why? It potassium. It is high in potassium. Oh, I forgot to remove the seed of the callaloo. So we want to remove this as well. This is the seed. And we're going to, you can just use your hand, pop it, or you could just use your knife, whatever you're comfortable, whichever method, and remove it. So this is what I get from stripping the callaloo. So what I want to do now, I'm going to add some baking soda to the callaloo, and then I'm going to wash them. You can use that or you can use salt, whichever one you have. So I will be going over to the sink now, and I'm just going to, and you know that should remove any parasite, any dirt, anything at all that is on it, any insect, I mean. That's what it does when you use your baking soda or your salt. So now that our greens finish wash, guys, I'm going to just cut them up. So I'm using my meat board, same way. Vegetable board, so we want to cut. You want to cut the stalk reasonably enough. You know, you don't want to cut it too big. And as I was saying about persons with the kidney disease to avoid callaloo, yeah man, you should, guys. The calcium that makes strong bones and teeth, it's not good for the kidney. If you have the kidney disease, I wouldn't advise you to have this. So sometimes, you know, we are saying vegetable is good and this vegetable is good and that fruit is good and all of that. Please find out what sickness you have so that you can avoid the fruits them that you're supposed to avoid and the vegetables them that you're supposed to avoid, because it depending on the sickness that you have to avoid some of, although they are good, you have to avoid them. You have to stay away from them depending on your sickness. All right, guys? Think about your health. Very important. So when it comes to the leaf now, what you can do, you can just grab it up like this, and you want to fold. You can give it a fold just to make it more easier, and you place it back down and you're going to cut. But as for the stalk, which is this, you need to cut it small. You don't want to cut it big. But as for the leaf now, you know, you can chop it up or cut it up, whatever, because it will steam. And that's the next thing again I want to show you. I want to dive down deep into that, a little tutorial on that. You don't cook callaloo, you know, guys. You steam it. And that is why some people callaloo, when they cook it, it is mushy and it loses its greenness. It loses the nutrition that is in it. It cook out, man. Cook it too much. You know? It dark. You cook it till it get dark, like it black. Steam it. So you don't need to cook it until till you reach at that point. So in this video, I will show you exactly how to steam your callaloo and saltfish. Very nutritious, very healthy. Has calcium, has a lot of fiber, potassium, and all of that. So stay tuned. Alright, so we are down to the last two stalk. And most importantly, guys, make sure you cut your callaloo stalk on one level so that some don't cook. You don't want to have some cooking and the rest is not cooked. So I don't play when I'm cutting my callaloo stalk. I make sure I cut it. Not thin, you know, but you don't want to cut it thick. You want to cut it as thin as I wouldn't say thin as possible, but look at that. Yeah, get a zoom in on that. Right. So you want to cut it that to that level here. So what I do, I make sure to ensure that they are on one level so they cook at the same time. But you see, when I reach the leaf of the callaloo, the dark green leafy callaloo leaf, wow. So you want to make sure you're alright. So that's it for the callaloo stalk. So what I'm going to do now, you see with the leaf now, I just bend it. I just fold it in two and then I just cut. Because the leaf is easier to cook than the stalk. So you don't want to play with the stalk. You don't want to cut them too huge, too big, you know. You want to just have a little patient. Then again, for those who can't get callaloo, big up to Miss Brown. So this is my saltfish, and you notice I half cover the pot. I have the pot cover like that. Prevent it from boil over. Alright, so it is finished now. I'm going to rinse him off and debone him. But first, I'm going to have to allow it to cool before I do all of that. And you have this the deboned saltfish. You have the saltfish that does not have any bone. You can go ahead and buy that. That one is safe for you. As for me, I love to buy my saltfish and then debone it. I finished cut up my callaloo. That is it. Finish with the cutting up of the callaloo. So guys, don't be afraid to look out for your callaloo. And saltfish, it is highly nutritious, rich in iron, almighty God, fiber, and it is packed with, and remember, you know, this is one of Jamaican authentic, real Jamaican breakfast, you know. And you can yam it with your dinner, you can pair it with your rice and peas as well. Alright? Yeah man. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move over to my season. I'm going to cut up my season, but I have my saltfish here soaking. And remember, saltfish is high in sodium. The sodium content in saltfish is very high. So it is crucial to soak it overnight and then you boil it off. Very, very important note for you to know, dear guys. All right, so let's, because you need to get out the excessive salt. So that is the reason why you need to soak it and then you boil it. So let me deal with our season and then move on to the saltfish. Cutting up our season. Our aromatic. That's a big bowl. We'll get some showers of blessings on the outside, guys. Alright, so the thing is you're not going. Alright, you see the tomato now. I want that different. I want to add that the same time I am adding the callaloo. So what I'm going to do is just remove the tomato and put it in the pan with the callaloo. And if you wish to add any other vegetable to your callaloo, you can please go ahead and do so. We're going to add that the same time I'm adding the callaloo. So we want to put that different. I could put in a container as well too, you know. Alright, so let's just get on with the cutting of the rest of our season. So I just cut up the onion. I'm doing the scallion right now. And if you are using Scotch bonnet pepper, you don't need one or you don't need half. You just need probably just a little piece in it, probably a quarter. You don't want it too spicy whereby you can't enjoy it. And please to de-seed, if it is Scotch bonnet pepper, please to de-seed. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up some garlic cloves. So now that our season is finished, what I want to do now is to remove the scale of the saltfish. It is boiled and the bone. So I'm going to debone it. But first thing first, I'm going to use a knife. Let a knife help me. You can use a spoon, you can use a fork. It don't necessarily have to be a knife. And I'm going to debone. So as soon as I finish debone this, you will see it. I'm going to debone and flake my saltfish. Alright guys, so the oil I'm using is, I show you that in the beginning, right? Courtesy of Miss Polly's Kitchen. It is natural coconut oil. You can use your avocado oil or your olive oil. So we're adding about 2 tablespoons in the pot. And we're going to allow that to heat. A matter of fact, the pot is hot already because I set it on. So what I'm going to do now is to add my scallion, onion, and my Scotch bonnet pepper. And we want to just soften that up a bit before we add our callaloo to the pot. Now that this is softened and nice, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my flaked saltfish to the pot. That's the next thing you want to add to your pot. I'm gonna add that to my pot right there. And we're going to give that a nice little stir. I turn down the heat, guys, because I just want it to nicely, release all of that flavor. Now I want it to release all of that flavor in the saltfish before we add our nice leafy green callaloo. Yeah, man. Look at that sizzling. I almost forgot my fresh springtime. So I'm going to just add that to the pot as well. And if you want to use bell pepper, as I said guys, anything that I use and you don't eat it or you don't like it in your food, you can please replace it. Alright. There we go. This is it. All of that flavor had released in our saltfish. So into our flaked saltfish. So what I'm going to do next is to add my greens along with my tomato. And don't forget, guys, callaloo and saltfish is highly nutritious. As I mentioned before, iron rich and fiber packed. Yeah, man, don't forget it is Jamaican, one of Jamaican's most loved breakfast. So go ahead and don't be afraid to steam your callaloo and your saltfish. It is packed with nutritious and vitamin and all those things. You name it. It is often considered as one of our superfood too. Yeah, right out here in Jamaica. One of our super food, super breakfast. Because people mostly consume this for breakfast. And the persons them that are on the health side, you will see them morely consuming this for like dinner, breakfast and dinner as well. Yeah man, this leafy green thing here, like a spinach, that provide excellent protein, lean protein. So you want to turn down your stove gauge at this time. And it depends what you're going to do now. What I'm going to do now is to cover the pot and allow it to steam. I'm not going to turn up the stove gauge. I'm just going to cover it and allow it to steam out. And I'm going to check back on it. If I notice that it wants a little water, you can go ahead and add a little water. Not much, because once you cover it and it is steaming, it's going to spring its own water. Alrighty? Yeah, man, this is full of vitamin A, C, K. Almighty God, low calorie. Ooh, I have the wrong pot cover. Let me get the right pot cover, guys. So, guys, what happened there a while ago? I have one hand holding the camera and the other hand using. So the wrong pot cover was right at hand. So I just picked it up and put it on, and I realized the pot has swallowed. But anyways, if you have high blood pressure, please remember to consume in moderation as well. All right, guys? Bam! We're gonna load that to steam now. I'm going to go ahead and add some black pepper to my pot. I'm just going to sprinkle a little. I'm not going to add any salt. Why? The saltfish, it has the salt, and the saltfish is what is going to flavor our pot right here. So I don't need any extra season, and I don't need even the coconut oil that I use, in natural coconut oil. Yeah, man, it is going to flavor the pot as well. Not to mention the saltfish. So I don't think I need any salt or any extra. I don't need any added season. This is just natural. All right, so I'm going to just cover this and allow it to steam, and you will see back in a few minutes. Not putting any water on it, but as I said, you can add just a bit of a water. It depends if you cover your urns, and watch, I'm taking the wrong pot cover again. And it is not, I'm going to remove that pot cover. Anyway, let's cover and allow it to steam. A few minutes later, let's check in with our greens. Please remember to use a steep pot so that it don't spill. I'm going to just cover and allow to continue to steam. Checking in with my callaloo now, my callaloo and saltfish, and I am going to, I don't know why the video looks so dark over here at the stove. Oh, we are getting pouring off showers, pouring off rain. But anyways, this is it, guys. This is it. I'm going to lock the stove off right about now. What did I just touch? You see how low I have it? So let's just lock it off. Yeah. And I'm going to play this for you to see. All right, remember, important notes. Callaloo takes 5 to 10 minutes or 5 to 8 minutes to steam. It does not, remember, it is delicate enough. And the reason why you guys are getting your own so mushy and so dark, it overcook. You are not to overcook your callaloo. All right, as soon as I remove this from out of the dark, you will see how green and vibrant this is. Let me remove it. Like, put it to the light so you guys can see. I don't know, over the stove is dark. You see that? What a big difference. Because we are getting a lot of rain, so it is pouring. All right, so I'm going to play this for you guys to see. All right, don't overcook your callaloo. You notice how green that is? You're killing the nutrients and all of that, man. This is it, guys. Very nutritious. This is our saltfish and callaloo. And if you are on the healthy side, you can pair it with your rice and peas. How lovely is that? And if you are not on the healthy side, you can pair it with a little piece of roast pork, your authentic Jamaican rice and peas, your authentic Jamaican callaloo and saltfish with a little piece of roast pork. But if you're on the healthier side and you're not eating meat, or you eat meat but you don't eat pork, you can just go ahead and remove it. So that is it, guys. Please remember to share my video, like my video, comment. Most importantly, guys, please to share. Let somebody know about Polly's Kitchen. Bye.